What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So I got a video here by the Charlie Kirk channel. And this one is how to stand up for conservative values on a college campus because, a lot of these college campuses are pretty much indoctrination centers for you to think, oh, it's okay to have 50 million genders or, all this or the left focus agenda. So, here we go. Let's listen in on the video here.
Hi, love your hat.
Hi, thank you so much. I just want to first thank you so much for being here.
Aw.
My question today is, what is your advice to young adults who are getting leftist bull, we'll call it, pushed down their throats? Specifically with my grandparents, they blatantly screamed at me in front of a family dinner for not being vaccinated, and I originally told them it wasn't their business. Along with, I'm taking an identity and inclusion in agriculture class, which is a required course for my major. And again, I know you've mentioned it already a little bit, but I feel forced to act like I'm a lefty. What's your advice on that?
So on the vaccine front,
Just no, on how to deal with people who are trying to change my views. And
well, you should listen to them. I mean, I listen to people who disagree with me all the time because the rare occasion comes along when I realize I was wrong about something, and then as a result of this conversation, I'll be less wrong tomorrow than I was today. So I mean, the name of Charlie's this session, that he does on college campuses or did, is prove me wrong. So you should be open-minded to being proven wrong, because maybe we are wrong on some things. Who knows? Could happen. I thought I was wrong once, but I wasn't. I was right. So you should listen to them and maybe engage, ask questions. If you disagree, you don't have back. You say, I got it. You gave me something to think about. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with your questions about vaccine. And that class you have to take is absolute baloney. And I'm doing well, aren't I? And on my swearing. And I actually think in that class, maybe you could have some fun. Like if I went to that class, I think I'd enjoy myself. You should say what you really believe.
I'm honest.
Yeah, and before we continue, going back to the vax, right? I was because I don't live in America, as I said over and over. So sorry to sound like a broken record. I live in South Korea during the pandemic. They wanted me to be vaxxed for all the gigs, and I was like, no. Just let me be. I'm not going to come to work if you're going to make me be vaxxed. And of course, one discussion I had, he goes, yeah, I know you don't want to be vaxxed. I was like, yeah. And that's fine. We agree to disagree. And then, of course, my buddy was talking about yeah, you have to be vaxxed because of the kids. I said, no. That is so baloney. It has nothing to do with the kids and the effect on the students. Okay. And actually, the students, especially as young as elementary, don't need to get the vax. But, that's a matter of your opinion and my opinion. And I'm like, yeah, I just refuse to get the vax. And I just won't go back to this one gig because she told me, you need to get vax. I'm like, nah, I'm not coming back. And until this day, I have not gone back. I have not even looked at her post, even if, things are getting a little crazy, but I'm like, no way.
I'm afraid that I'm not going to pass the class if I speak up, like you've already mentioned.
Then you take that paper and you go to your dean and you say, this person's failing me because I'm conservative, and I'm literally going to Harmeet Dillon at the DOJ's Civil Rights Office if you try to ruin my college career because of my political beliefs.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I definitely speak up in class. I'm just a little hesitant, even though I'm normally pretty loud and proud about my.
You're hesitant because you guys aren't having her back. Charlie's Army, they use that term at his memorial, Charlie's Army. And you're all part of it. And you guys have to have her back. Erica said she'd have your back. You got to have her back. If she speaks up in class and says something, somebody say, I agree with her. That's how I feel too. You got to do it for each other. So you're not just the one sore thumb sticking out, and the teacher feels less emboldened to try to bully you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
Megan. It's so nice to meet you. My name is Jenna. I'm one of the co-founders of the Turning Point chapter at JMU.
Right on. All right.
I'm the other co-founder, co-president, vice president.
Way to go, girls.
So I have a question for you. Sorry, I'm like shaking. I'm so nervous. So I work at school, and I work under and with mainly a lot of people who disagree with my values and beliefs. And I've never really spoken about it in front of them, just for the sake of keeping the peace and the friendships. Since starting this chapter, I've received a lot of like different treatment from those people at work, indirectly mostly. However, recently this past week, I was reported by a coworker for discussing politics and making her uncomfortable with a fellow coworker when I was mainly just discussing how great it was to have this new chapter and the events we had planned this week. And in an interview for a higher position, I was asked who my role model was, and my answer was Charlie, because that's always been my answer. And I tried to think of a different answer, but I'd be lying. So I said that, and when discussing this with a coworker who was present, I was basically told that it was a bad answer and that it was the wrong answer. So just like dealing with all of this at work, what is your advice on moving forward with this?
Well, I mean, I'm trying not to swear, but F these people. These are bad people.
Yeah, those are the type of people you do not want to work for. A lot of these places in the States, you don't want to work for them. Because if they're saying that's the wrong answer, Charlie Kirk, because all over America, majority of people are losing their jobs by saying, oh, F Charlie Kirk, F this, F that. Oh, why didn't you say anything when this got killed? Because Charlie Kirk has made that difference. And I'm just like, yeah, that's like if I was, your employer, I say that's the right answer. And it's not because I'm fully like all conservative, but majority of the guys around me are a little more conservative than liberals. And yeah, it's been less of that, especially in Korea with the foreign bars, or because I haven't gone to a foreign bar in like 2 years. So it just depends.
You should not want to continue the relationship with them. Anybody who would make your politics the stakes of your presence there. Again, I have them all over my life. Normal liberal people, normal Democrats will not make your love for Charlie the stakes of your employment or advancement. What you're telling me is these are bad people, and you should extract yourself from them as soon as humanly possible and find a better place to work. You're in Virginia. We have actual conservatives here, not like New York where I've been living. Get me your number, and I will help find you a job.
Thank you. I'll try and find you after, if that's okay.
You're welcome.
And also, part two, for our like new and upcoming chapter, do you have any advice for us starting in a mostly left-sided campus?
Well, you think they're mostly left-sided, this campus. But let me tell you what happens once you start speaking as a conservative. Because there have actually been studies on this, not about politics, but on how in any given room, you think you're in the minority, so you don't raise your hand. You think your question's dumb, so you don't raise your hand. You think your position is the weird one, so you don't raise your hand. And that every time you do speak up, you find there's a circle in the room that agrees with you. And then the circle multiplies because people hear you espouse the idea and they're like, you know what, that's my belief too. And you don't have to trust Megyn Kelly about this. Go on X any day of the week. I know you're all young. Do you guys go on X? It's okay, you're not stuck on TikTok alone, right? Because they hate our people. But go on X any day of the week and you will see the sea of videos coming out right now of young people saying, oh my God, I've been watching Charlie Kirk videos and I am a conservative. But you're not going to get people there unless you speak the truth, you say what you believe, you stand up in class, and then someone's going to say, you know what, she's bold. And I'll just say, not as, just as an aside, but I do kind of think where the hot men are, the hot women come. So I know Turning Point can be very heavily male dominated, but you know, ladies, as soon as you start showing up there and show them who you're seeing, I feel like you're gonna have more droves behind.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, so that's Charlie Kirk's video. And yeah, so that's the thing, you know, these college campuses, you know, I don't know if I have future kids or anything. I don't know if I want to send them to the States. Might want to just keep them out in Asia, but yeah. And that's something like my buddy, he has a kid, he has a little girl. He sits there and, you know, debates all this. You know, it's like, yeah, do I want my daughter to grow up in this indoctrination center in the United States? So those are the things, you know, we talk about at times. All right. So if any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe. And I'll see you in my next video.